Hello guys, this is current affairs analysis for 13th February 2019 and I am Shantanu Mondal. I have completed BTech in Computer Sciences and presently working as a banker and also preparing for the UPSC Civil Services exam. So moving on to the first topic for today, Yagachi Nala was in news. This is in Karnataka. It arises from the Western Ghat and near the Chikmagaluru city. In the late stage, it becomes a tributary of the Hemavati river which flows through Karnataka. So this is Yagachi river in the map. Just follow it. Why is this in news? Because Karnataka CM H.D. Kumaraswamy has proposed a canal from the Yagachi river to the Dwara Samudra. There will be a canal. Why? Because this is a drought prone area and this canal may provide with some security of water. This canal follows the path of historic Yagachi Nala, whose existence dates back to 12th century. Now in 12th century, this shaded and bordered region was part of the Hoysala Empire, whereas Dwara Samudra was the Hoysala capital. Kedareswara temple was the Hoysala architecture example, and this part lies in the north of the Kaveri Delta. So the Hoysala Empire, this region lies in the north of the Kaveri Delta. It was destroyed by the Delhi Sultanate in the 14th century. The rulers during the Hoysala Empire patronized Kannada and Sanskrit. Nripakama II was the first Hoysala king, who is important. So this is the first topic. Let's move on to the next topic. Suspension of mobile services in Manipur. According to the section 144, it also suspends mobile internet because there was a protest going through against the Citizenship Amendment Bill 2016. This bill seeks to grant citizenship to 6 non-Muslim groups from Afghanistan, Bangladesh and Pakistan. These 6 non-Muslim groups consist of Hindu, Jain, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist and Parsis. Now regarding the Manipur, we need to remember that Ima Kittel is Asia's largest all-women market, which is at Imphal, the capital city of Manipur state. Moving on to the next topic, Rajasthan government using the Rajasthan Backward Class Amendment Bill 2019 has provided 5% quota in jobs and educational institute for the Gujars and 4 other communities. What are the communities? Gujars, Banjaras, Gadialohars, Raikas and Gadaria. Just remember the name of the communities, they are part of the Rajasthan. Gujar, Banjara, Gadialoha, Raika and Gadaria. Gujars also live in Pakistan and Afghanistan, and this reservation is valid for the educational institution admissions as well as for the appointments in the state services. Regarding this quota, we need to use this opportunity to study the 124th Constitutional Amendment Bill, which was recently passed in the Lok Sabha. This seeks to give 10% reservation in jobs and educational institution to the economically backward section of general category. And once this is passed by Lok Sabha, the next steps will be that Rajya Sabha needs to pass it and at least 50% of the states should ratify it so that it can go to the president for the final assent. But the government is saying that this is an amendment to the fundamental rights under the Indian Constitution. Therefore, it doesn't require any state assembly ratification. Now this bill, now regarding this we need to have a debate or detailed lecture in some future video, but right now moving on to the perspective of the bill. This bill seeks to amend the Article 15 of the Indian Constitution, and it wants to add that state can make special provision for the advancement of any economically weaker sections of the citizens, and this is valid for the public institutions as well as private institutions, but minority educational institutions are exempted from the purview of this 124th Constitutional Amendment Bill. It is in addition to the already existing reservations. But in this case, we need to remember that in 1992, there was an attempt to extend reservation benefit for the EWS when P.V. Narasimha was the Prime Minister of India, but Supreme Court rejected it. So moving on to the next topic, which is banning of unregulated deposit scheme bill in 2018, which seeks to put place a mechanism so that the depositors in the Ponzi schemes and cheat funds can be compensated. NPA under Mudra Yojana. Mudra Yojana was launched in 2015 to give formal access of financial facilities to the non-corporates and especially the village-based entrepreneurs. Now total advance was 5.71 lakh crore, total NPA is 7277 crore. This is not important. These loans are covered under credit guarantee funds for micro units. Credit guarantee funds for the micro units, which covers the payments against any default in case the loan amount is less than 10 lakh rupees under Mudra Yojana. Moving on to the next topic, Personal Laws Amendment Bill. This seeks to remove the leprosy as a ground for the divorce as per the Hindu Marriage Act, Dissolution of the Muslim Marriage Act, Divorce Act of the Christians, Special Marriage Act and the Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act, because it is seen discriminatory against the leprosy affected people. Regarding this, we need to remember that India is a signatory to the United Nations resolution which calls for elimination of discrimination of persons who is suffering from leprosy. In 2014, Supreme Court also guided the government of India to take necessary steps for the rehabilitation and integration of the leprosy affected people so that they can participate in the mainstream society again. So Personal Laws Amendment Bill talks about removing leprosy as a ground for divorce, and it wants to give away with the discrimination. Moving on to the next topic, lapse of bill. This is very important topic because the budget session is going to be the last session of the 16th Lok Sabha. Sorry, 16th, 16th Lok Sabha. So two bills are under trouble. One is a Citizenship Amendment Bill and the other one is banning of the Triple Talaq Bill. Just take a simple idea about this Citizenship Amendment Bill. We have already talked in the previous slide. Banning of Triple Talaq Bill, and we already know. So Rajya Sabha today, that is Wednesday, is suffered adjournment sine die. What does that mean? In Latin, it means that without assigning a day for further meeting or hearing, Rajya Sabha is adjourned today and no further date for the next meeting is declared by the presiding officer. So in case of Rajya Sabha, it is our Vice President, and in case of Lok Sabha, it is the Honorable Speaker of the Lok Sabha. So if there is no date announced for the next meeting, then it is known to be adjournment sine die. Now, what are the different grounds on which you can announce the adjournment sine die? Disorder in the house, demise of any constitutional post holder. Now, it ranges from 15 minutes to many days. At the end of a session, presiding officer announces adjournment sine die and president then announces prorogation of that house. However, even if presiding officer is not announcing adjournment sine die, president can announce prorogue while the house is in session. What happens? Because Lok Sabha polls are due this summer of 2019, the 17th Lok Sabha has to be formed before 3rd June of 2019. So if the bills are passed by Lok Sabha but are pending in Rajya Sabha, they will get lapsed because Rajya Sabha is going through adjournment sine die. Whereas if a bill gets passed in Rajya Sabha but the bill is awaited in Lok Sabha, it doesn't get lapsed. And H.B. Shringla has recently been appointed as India's envoy to United States of America. So these are the important current affairs for today. Have a very good night with the studies and let's have a dream together. Good night.